Alright, I had someone ask me if I would do, or what books, herbal books would I recommend to get started out on. And I told them, excuse the noise in the background, I got my washer going. Again, real farm living, okay? So, anyway, I told her I'd get around to making a video, and I wanted to make this sooner, but here I am, probably, I don't know, 2 weeks later, making this video. These are my herb books, and I declare, I feel like I've got some of them, one or two missing somewhere else, and I probably do, to be honest about it. I ain't quite sure where it is. Okay. But, yeah, I've got quite the collection of herbal books. Now, some were given to me. This pile here, most of those were given to me. And these are, you know, a lot of the common ones you've seen way back in the day because they're older books. This one, though, I got from, like, a thrift area. But this one here, and then those down yonder. Then I've got some more that were actually given to me. And one's over here in my top rate pile, the top rated herbal books. And then of course I got favorites. We're gonna first start off discussing this. Look, if you're gonna get started with herbs, herbalism, you've got to have a very fine identification book on herbs. Have 2 or 3 of them. It doesn't matter. You can't have too many. Because in a lot of these other books, more advanced books, they've also got pictures of the herbs. So that's great. That's great. This is a stack of intermediate to pretty much advanced and in between. I mean, this is the whole thing. I've been at this for some years now. I've always had a drawing to herbs. I couldn't explain it, but I mean, I can explain it now. And yes, being from the Smoky Mountains of North Carolina, it runs deep in the roots thereof because, you know, the Cherokee, and not only the Cherokee folk, they, you know, this is how they survived off of the land. And having Cherokee in me, which is, I love, I don't worship that like most people do, but I love that I have it in me because it ties me to the land in a greater way. But, they healed with herbs. That's what they had to heal with. They didn't have all this pharmaceutical poison crap. So, but I know where it comes from, and it comes from YAHUAH, because YAHUAH created all of the plants and the herbs on this earth. And YAHUAH, if you're wondering who YAHUAH is, that is the true name of our Creator. So research that. And Yahusha is his only bane, his only son. It's Yahusha. Research that. Okay, so back to the books. You want a great identification book. Now, I'm sure y'all have seen this book probably floating around for the past couple of years. And you see it advertised on in the commercials and all, plus TV. But if you watch TV, we don't watch TV. We have one, but we only watch like very modest family shows, and I'm talking about old-timey family shows, and I still have to be careful with some of those. So this one here, The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies, The Healing Power of Plant, it's a very great book. I mean, it really is. It's got the plants, and then it gives you the description, what they look like, their uses, and it goes on and on. So this one's a little bit more expensive than others. Did y'all know that wild strawberries are a remedy? Yep. You'd be surprised. I've actually got a tincture of them right now from right here. Horsetail, you know, self-heal. This book is really packed full of herb identification and herb uses, and it also tells you how, you know, what you can make with them. Like if you're going to do a tincture, let me see here. Some of it's just taking a tea, some of it's taking a tincture. I take tinctures mostly more than tea because tinctures work quicker, they last forever. But yeah, you need, she talks about tinctures and extracts, what's the difference and stuff. in them. But and also salve making. You need a wonderful identification book. This is one of the top ones I recommend. Me personally, just me. You know, I ain't no graduated herbalist by no means. I'm a learning herbalist, which means I'm going to continue to learn for the rest of my days. So this is a great book. It's normally around $40 to have to learn the identification of herbs, some of their uses, because y'all, herbs, one herb can have like 10 plus uses, okay? And it can also be a powerhouse to another herb that does the same thing. So that's one I recommend. This one was given to me, and I love it. It's one of my favorite. It's for the woman's healing herbs. I love this book. I really do. In the beginning of it, you know, it tells you about teas and infusions, and it tells you what you can do. Here's some identification. And these are mostly herbs that are wonderful for a woman. Now, if you're pregnant, you have to be careful doing any of this. There are herbs safe for pregnant women, but a majority of them are not, because they could cause you to go into early labor, bring on contractions, all that. So if you're pregnant, you best do your research before you do any of this. But this is a wonderful book, and in the back, it goes into just different ailments, chapped lips, varicose veins, elderberry. Oh, I've got that one marked. Yes. As a 47-year-old gal, I am dealing with that. So, yep, I'm actually dealing with that quite well now because of my herbs. Halal'YAHUAH. So this book, I would definitely have it on to get if you can. It's wonderful for the woman. It really is. Here's the front of it. It gives you this, and yeah, I love it. So that's one of my favorite books. But you got to remember, identification is everything. Get you 2 or 3 identification herbal books. I'm trying to see if I've got another one over here. This here is also, it's a little one, and it's a wonderful book. It goes in the back, and it's, you know, it tells you different things. But you got here little pictures. Raspberry, passion flower. That is lemon balm. I love lemon balm, y'all. Man. Juniper. You know, I have all this mostly on my farm here. Golden seal. Well, I don't have golden seal. I have goldenrod. Feverfew. If you don't have it, you can grow it. For the most part. Cayenne. My top #1 herb is cayenne pepper. Basil. Aloe vera. Look at all those aloe vera plants over there. You can't even see all of them. I've got some in the window. Just so many. And they all came from that one mama plant right there, that big one. All of them. And I've actually given a couple of them away. So this is another little fine book. This is a real popular one. But yeah, that's another one. Let's put that over here. Another one that's becoming my favorite real quick is this one right here. This is from near my neck of the mountains. These folks were right outside of Asheville. So very, very close from where I come from. And that's the school. That school it's a very expensive school, but you know, it's got a lot of teaching. With this book though, I will say this, and it's a beautiful book. It's extremely affordable. Extremely affordable. See, most of your books have pictures of your herbs. This one you have to be a little bit careful with. And the reason I say this is because you've heard of a lot of New Age folk. Yeah. So I know that some of these people are kind of New Agey. So you have to be careful if they start talking about the earth being their mother and all that stuff. It's a wonderful book, though, with all kinds of information in it. It does have a lot of information in it. Herbal remedies, too. Let me see if I can find you, like, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Ain't she precious? She's holding bee balm right there. So, I'm trying to find you. Here is, like, a list of what they cover, and they do have the pictures of the herbs with them. So yeah, this is another one of my favorite books. I just said you just have to be careful with some of the things you read and say, and you know, don't worship the herbs, okay? You worship the creator of the herbs, not the herbs themselves, not the earth. Don't do that. Herbal soaks, compresses, baths, and pulses. Okay, so that's from my neck of the woods, so to speak. A lot of nice stuff in there. Now this book here, if you want a jumbo powerhouse book to have, to just know about just about everything, almost herbalism, yeah, this book here, The Natural Remedies Encyclopedia. This is the 7th edition. It's not a cheap book, but I got this one at the Amish store for like around 50 bucks, I believe, and online you're going to pay a lot more than that. This is what it covers. And this ain't even, it ain't even funny. This is just like getting started, and it's got pages in the back that it covers. So there's about, let's see, try to show y'all here. Infant feeding, do's and don'ts, birth defects, and then, okay, pictures. You don't really want to see those right now. Anything from moles to the use of herbs overseas. I'm trying to hold my camera still. I'm sorry if it keeps on going from one place to another. It shows you pictures of the herbs. Squall vine, spearmint. It tells you what they're toves for. Tove means what they're fine for. So we don't say a certain word anymore. So tove is the Aubrey word for it. Yeah. So you just, this book is highly, hang on a second. Try not to knock it off. I have it at the edge. The hidden danger in processed foods. I mean, it doesn't just talk about herbs and formulas, and it talks about everything. You know, even the poisonous foods and stuff you eat today and you buy from your store. See, you know, it did not cost me 135 bucks. The Amish store had this for 50. And here's a lot of stuff. Home care for over 730 diseases. It tells you how to help yourself, and there's the base on the research. So this one, see, $49.99. I highly recommend this book. If you're going to have one major herb kicking book, this one right here. And along with an identification one. You just need a book on identification. I can't stress that enough. Because first you have to learn to identify the herb. I know you're like gung-ho, let me just jump into this, get my feet wet. No, your toes don't even need to get wet yet. You need to get your eyes wet. You need to study what the herbs look like, what their lookalikes are. Because there are other herbs out there that look awful lot like, let's say Queen Anne's lace. Because poison hemlock favors Queen Anne's lace. You know, you don't want to get nothing that you don't need to be messing with, taken, and kind of put yourself in the early grave or making someone real sick. You got to know how to handle all these. Okay, so identification, because you don't want to get the wrong one, and you know what you're getting. You need to learn that herb one at a time. Learn for the most part what it does, and then start getting you some herbal books with formulas telling you how to make tinctures, how to make salves and balms, how to make poultices, you know, how to make fermentations, how to make infusions. So identification is the most important. This also, School of Natural Healing, I got the 16th edition, Dr. Christopher. I like this man very much. He was one of the first herbalists that I really started studying. This is not a cheap book, by no means. He has his own school. I mean, he's passed since, but his youngin ran it. And it's not a cheap course at all. I haven't taken it. I'm signed up with someone else now to take a course. But I got this marked because my oldest son has epilepsy. It gives you formulas in here about what you can help with epilepsy. You know, it goes into detail It gives you lots and lots of formulas. And gives you case histories that he's had as an example. A spring tonic, you know. You look at this and it's probably all gibberish to most of you, but this is my world, I love it. And I'm learning it, and I'm all a part of it, and I always have been. You know, it's just YAHUAH has really planted my boots to the roots of this now. So, but, you know, the alternative herbs. What does alternative mean? Well, there's just some homework. Look up alternative herbs. It'll tell you. Here's an example of some of them. Okay. And it's got all kinds of rheumatoid, all kinds of conditions in here that helps you. This book is like, I think, around 600 pages. So this book is one of the more expensive. It cost me like, I want to think about 80 bucks. But I did not get these, you know, overnight. I got these here, there, and yonder. So your most expensive books that I've got up here is this one and this one, but they're Powerhouse Herbal Books. Okay, so we've got those discussed and talked about. We're going to move this over here. Okay, now let's see. A lot of folks have these, and I got these from Tractor Supply years ago. And they've got a lot of great information in them. You know, these are some of the first herbal books I jumped into. It does show pictures, but I had to actually get a little more simpler herbal books for me to learn from. But in all honesty, I'm glad I have them. But I don't hardly use these. Don't ask me why. I just don't. And I have to be careful because she is, I'd say she's the new age stuff. She worships the earth, you know. She worships the herbs. So yeah. I just steer clear. I can't explain it to you, but you know, I just I have them, and I'll have them until I feel a need. I have to get rid of them for whatever cause, and if I do, I do. You know, and this also I had got, I think this is her daughter here, I think. And this tells you how to start your own herb farm. You know, it goes into detail about how you can market your herbs. And it also gives you, like in the background, the toothache plant. I've got that, and I've got it actually tinctured in Tennessee honey whiskey because the taste is a lot sweeter in your mouth than it would be for a vodka, to be infused in vodka. But, you know, they show you, and they also give you a description of everything. But they also tell you how to make this your business. If you're really serious about wanting to sell it and how to grow it. This is a really great book to show you how to make herbs your business. Okay? I have that one for a reason. But I would never have a large-scale business. Nope. I don't like people that much. I'll help you, but So another one is with honey. I got this from these three from Tractor Supply too. It tells you your teas, and then this one is natural and herbal remedies, and then this Tractor Supply. See right here. These are from Tractor Supply. You can also get them online. This is Sweet Remedies. This tells you how to take honey. You're going to make oxy meals. You're going to make honey infusions. Hot buttered rum. Yeah, that's for something. Probably for helping you tone down. Sweet remedies around the world. Honey love infusion. It tells you different things you can infuse in your honey or make smoothies with, or anything dealing with honey. So I make honey infusions. I take lemon balm and infuse it in my honey, or I take garlic, infuse it in honey. Violets, when violets come, they bloom, I infuse them in honey. So that's a book, really, if you want to learn all about infusions of honey. Okay. Now, these have become some of my favorites right here. I got these from the Amish store. I'm just going to show you the top of them because this is a long video as it is. Okay, so there's the Home Remedies too. These are herbal remedies by the Amish folk. Over 600 remedies in in animal care, cleaners, field crops, all this. Again, got it from the Amish store. These come from the Amish store. I love these. Oh my. Miss Rachel Weaver, love her. I really do. The Backyard Pharmacy. Be your own doctor. Be your own doctor too. And be your child's pediatrician. These are packed with wonderful information. And Miss Rachel actually, which I thought was really cool and had no idea until I got her books home, she was a student of the School of Natural Healing. That is so cool because I can relate, because I studied Dr. Christopher, and he's got some old videos on YouTube, really old videos, but they're so cool, where he's sitting there talking to his students. Okay, come over here. They have books, Herbs for Pets. Okay, this one I bought, and then these two were actually in the thrift store. These are like $15, $20 books I got for $1 a piece. This one here, and this one here. So if you're wanting a book on herbs for your pet, I like this one. I really do. And also, I like this one. So there's your herbal pet books. This is just, I'm actually a student now of the Homegrown Herbalist School. I'm not promoting it. I'm just telling you. I needed some type of schooling under my belt, or at least I felt that way. It's the most affordable school there is. And you don't only learn about people care, you learn about animal care. Because he's a veterinarian, he's a naturopath, doctor. So, yes. A great school. I haven't hardly had time to delve into any of my courses. But YAHUAH has, supplied the needs for my knowledge, my day oath knowledge, this far. And I give all halal, all praise to YAHUAH for everything I do know. Okay, I just wanted to have one of those schools in my background so I can learn some more. Oh, if y'all are still there, thank you. The Healing Herbal Infusions. Okay, I've got so many of these things marked in here. These are just books that you start learning when you've been in it for a little while. Kind of like, between intermediate and advanced. So, herbal for beginners. I don't like using that word medicine. I like using remedies because to me that's what they are. This is kind of a softer book for you to learn, and it's fine. But ashwagandha, that has become my friend here lately. And it actually is a very nice book. I would recommend getting this book too. Actually, I'd recommend getting pretty much all of them, but that's me. This is another one, Herbalism at Home. Again, in between intermediate and advanced. I said in between. I didn't say it's intermediate, but it is in between intermediate and advanced. Okay? Right now I'm just showing you. This is a homeopathic handbook of natural remedies. Again, this is in between. But just because if you're intermediate doesn't mean you don't need to get these and have them. So you'll have them. That's another thing I want to talk to y'all about. Okay, the herbal ABCs. It's another in between. A lot of information. And what I'm telling you is some of this stuff, if you're just learning, it's going to blow your mind. You're going to get confused, overwhelmed. That's why you need to start from the bottom up. Literally from the ground up. I kid you not when I say that. From the ground up, because that's where the herbs are. A modern herbal dispensary. Remedy making guide. So again, in between. But get them to have them. This is, just like it says, advanced herbal. I don't like that word, pharmacy. Yeah, this is pretty advanced. Wonderful information. Yes. Okay, skipping over here to these sweet little books. If you can get your hands on them, get them. They're nice. They usually come in a 4-pack. They're very short, little books. I recommend them. When you're starting off, you want to start off slow. I love dandelions. Probably one of my favorite herbs. This tells you how to do all kinds of things with dandelions. This here is Home Remedies from a country doctor. Okay. Diaper rash, coughing. All right. I think I showed y'all those before. Those are more like, you know, things you would see worldly, I mean, out there widely. And then this is a really cool book, though. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Really cool book. That was given to me. And is that it? I think we have reached it. This book is cool because it's old. And it's got, man, it's got all kinds of stuff in it. And of course, I've got different things marked. It's got drawings. You know, hang on, my dog's barking. Oh, all right, I'm back. The dog was having a cow fit. The man. We had the gate closed, but he opened the gate and came on through, which is fine. Most of the time, they just, I forgot to tell him he could just leave the package by the gate next time. But anyway, yeah, real farm living, I'm telling you. When your dog barks, check it out. So, this is it. This is what I've got so far. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've got some more somewhere. But this is plenty, more than enough to show y'all. These are the books I use. And then, like I said, those I don't. These two right here I don't quite really use. But I have them. Because they were very popular at the time whenever I was starting off. And, yeah. Not saying they don't have great information. They really do. I'm just not big on having a person that worships the earth, you know, to follow by. That's just me. So, I follow the creator of the earth. Make sure, I can't stress again, make sure you find an herbal book that is wonderful in identification. That's your first step. You've got to have that. That is the majority of what you need to learn. And then jump into learning how to make tinctures, how to make salves, how to make your own remedies. Study, watch videos on YouTube about it. There's lots of them out there. Just be careful who you watch. Just be careful. There's a lot of witches in herbalism. That's why a lot of folks think that people that do herbalism are witches. No, not everybody that does herbalism is a witch. I cannot stress that highly enough. I am completely against that, against all evil works of the evil one. I am a daughter of Yahuwah, you know, and this is our remedies, and he puts them here and the knowledge for us to learn. So yes, Halal'YAHUAH. If you have any questions, put them down below and I'll try to get to them and answer them. But this is your journey. This is my journey right here. You know, this is my journey. Make your own journey. I'm just trying to help guide you in a little bit of a direction to get you started. So, Shalom from Hilltop Hollar, y'all. I got some things I got to get done, started on chores and supper cooking. So, yes, y'all have a very fine night. Get your herbalism on. Halal'YAHUAH.